On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the place where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Welcome home, Brains.
Coming to you straight from San Diego, California. Let's welcome our host, April Mahoney.
Because this is some crazy stuff, okay? And stuff is
yes, ma'am.
HIT.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I can see you. I'm recording.
Right.
I'm loving you because I love some raw footage. I love to just give it to you.
Woo! Me too.
Okay? Brains, this is Debby Stroud right here on the edge. She is, let me see, because she's got such a wealth of information. We're going to talk about the church, okay?
Let's talk about it.
About how she, found religion in a different kind of way, and she uses art. Do you see that beautiful art in the background? Look at that. That is amazing. And she lives in Kentucky. Girl, what is going on there before we get started in Kentucky with the coronavirus? Kentucky.
You never been to Kentucky. Well, here's the thing. I have all my teeth. I'm wearing shoes, so I'm not the typical hillbilly.
Where's my bourbon at? You didn't bring no bourbon? Virtual cocktail?
Oh, girl, I'm mailing you that. I told you, I've got you on the bourbon.
Because I need it right now, girl. My nerves are shot.
As long as the mail still runs, we're good.
All right. My nerves are shot right now, I tell you, because the devil is busy, okay? And I don't care what religion you serve, you know that there is an alter ego that is, the forces is coming up out the ground, and we just really have to stay stable. Look at me. I'm so discombobulated. I got 2 damn pair of glasses.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, and I love you too. So introduce yourself to my brains. Tell me how you show up in the world.
I'm Debby Stroud. Early on, I was a wannabe artist. My dad he's got such a good heart. Your parents always want you to do better than they did for themselves. So I was drawn to art. My dad was like, nope, art doesn't pay. Let's don't even go there. And so I went into the medical field, hated every minute of it. I'm telling you, I'm so right-brained and not a whole lot of as much left brain through just miracles. It's just a miracle. I went back to college at age 40, got a degree at 45, got a master's degree at 50, and girl, I'm living my dream. I'm living my dream every single day.
You are. Well, you know what? And in between there, you separated from traditional religious practices. What was the challenges that you had, and what was your aha moment? And we ain't trying to bash nobody's religion. We just trying to get clarity, because everybody's going to have to, figure out for themselves. But what was your aha moment? What was your awakening?
Listen, the last thing I want to do is bash, and I'm not a basher. I have so much respect for people who walk their truth no matter what it is.
Right.
So I was raised in an uber religious conservative family in the South. We're talking the Southern United States, the Bible Belt. I was raised in that lens, and that was my lens, and that was my normal. So in my young adulthood, I became a single mom. I was a single mom of 3, and I'm very talented artistically and musically. And, in churches, and this is not bashing at all, you use your talent the best that you can. And I was always a giver, and I gave my musical talent, and I found myself around the age of 33. I was hand transposing music for a 12-piece orchestra. I was leading the singing. I was the principal musician. I was the principal singer, and my whole identity. And when I'm talking my whole identity, I mean social, family, dates even. I did not even consider dating anybody that was out of the church. So to say that I was enmeshed in that scene is an understatement. And I think that, go ahead.
Well, let me just add before you continue that, because I'm trying to understand brains. I always got to clarify something. Somebody come with some crunchy, okay? But this was the evangelical Christians.
Yes.
Explain to my brains, because I don't know what that is. I hear that term tossed around, when it comes to political points of view or truly conservative points of view. But what does that mean? How is that shaped? Educate me.
To me, the evangelical Christians, a lot of them are the mega church preachers that you see on TV. They are very, and again, when I'm saying this is my story only.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have a lot of friends who are still in that movement, and I love them and I respect them, and it's all good. The ones that I came in contact with were very manipulative and very controlling, and you didn't even know it. A lot of evangelical Christians, like the things I've been seeing on Facebook, let's just get real with the coronavirus, right? The things like, I saw a post from one of my friends yesterday that said, just because church is closed, don't stop tithing. And if you're buying toilet paper, you give to the church, you give your tithe of toilet paper to the church. Okay. So let's just stop right there. As ludicrous as that sounds, that's exactly what I lived for the biggest part of my life. And I perceived it as truth, right? So they develop many of them, not all, they develop such a web of trust that people give and give and give. I can remember one time when I was at a revival, we took our vacation, right, to go there. We took our vacation time, and that was our idea of vacation, was a big revival. So we had 2 small children. It's when I was still married. We had gone to our vacation. I can remember the preacher saying, and I was so entranced and so intrigued and so into it.
Oh, yeah.
And I was, because that was my world. And it's what I knew to be true. It's what I perceived to be true. He said, God is going to answer your prayer. God is going to do this. You can create and manifest any life you want. And then he proceeded with, give $44 in this offering and your prayer is going to come true. And I thought to myself, oh God, I've got to take some of my vacation money and put it right in that offering plate because I want this prayer to come true. That's so far away from what is real. And people are probably thinking right now, as you're saying, you didn't really believe that. I did, because that was my lens of normal. That's what I was raised in. That's the only lens I knew to be true.
Well, let me tell you about the lens in these glasses right here, okay? And I'm gonna choose my words very carefully, okay? Because I'm a giver to a fault. I don't have problems with giving, but when I go into my former house of worship and I go in the bathroom and there's Lalique crystal chandeliers hanging from the bathroom. And when I walk into the foyer, there's an ATM. And when I open up the program, it says that you can now have your tithes and offerings directly deposit out of your account. Exactly. I don't know that Jesus. I ain't met that Jesus. The Jesus I know was a pauper. He had nappy hair. He didn't have shoes on his feet. Right. And people followed him. We're not banning the church if that's your blessing. But all of this prosperity can't do a damn thing for the coronavirus. Okay?
Truth.
Nothing. You know, and I'm not for yourself. Any religion. I'm not just talking about yours, mine. I'm talking about religion is a form of mind control, brains. Don't get it twisted. Okay? That's just how it is. They have you in your heart, your spirit, your mind. You better read your text and have a personal one-on-one relationship with whoever your God is. I ain't trying to pick one for you, but you better pick one and you better hurry up, because from what I'm seeing, this is a world pandemic, okay? A world pandemic that is going on here. You can't color in the white spaces like she's done on those beautiful canvases. You better get right with yourself, with your people, with your family, with your kids, with your spirit, with your health. Woo! You want me to start preaching here on the edge? Because I'll give it to you 110%. Go on, Sister Debbie.
You know, here's the thing. In today's society, there's not any white and there's not any black anymore. There's not any coloring. It's all gray. We're into the highlights and the shadows. And that's where things either become clear or they become more muddy and you're more confused than ever. So you need to decide. That's truth. And here's the thing. Only you can decide. So this is a great lead in to my exit from that scene. So I was a single mom at 40. I told you I wasn't getting any child support. I'm proud of that journey. It's where I came from. It made me very, very strong. It was very hard to go through, but a miraculous door opened for me to go to college. I started college at age 40. I was still enmeshed in my church, writing music. And about after the second week of full-time college at age 40, let me tell you, it rocked my world. And I was like, I got to go, and we're going to have to do something with this music deal. So I sat down with my leaders and I poured my heart out. I said, here's the thing. I'm going to be, and I was on food stamps at the time. I was on government welfare at the time because that's where I was. And I said, here's the deal. In 4 years, I can be totally off this. I can be totally self-sufficient. I even said, I can give more to the church because I'll have a degree. And I said, I just need to step down for a season. And what was said to me made a light bulb go on in my head. What was said was, I don't think you really heard from God. So I want you to do this and this and this and come back in 24 hours and tell me exactly what you heard. And again, probably people are going to look at me and say, you've got to be effing kidding me. But that's where I was.
No,
and I went home.
It's not, because again, these are the same people that have nurtured you from the womb. They have fed you. Now, again, the church is a beautiful place, but the church is the temple of the soul. You've had camaraderie, you shared babies, you shared deaths, you shared weddings and learning and teaching, and blessings have come to fold. I done got in there and passed coal out with the Holy Ghost and speak in tongues. Okay?
Right.
I totally get it. Mm-hmm. But that didn't come from the person that was standing at the pulpit. That came from up above. And all I'm trying to say to you, Brains, is to make that personal connection. Make that personal connection and do it like Debbie has done. Learn to trust the brush. Color your life with a broad stroke, with many different colors. Stay out of the white, stay out of the black, work more into the gray, understand the shadows. Now tell us a little, because we done got fired up, girl. Go on and tell me a little bit about Trust the Brush. Tell me what you're doing now and how you are taking all of your talents and making the world a better place.
Right. So Trust the Brush was born as a result of me as the universe. The universe is so amazing because the universe always, and by universe, I mean spirit, source, God, Jesus, whatever you want to call it. There is no right or wrong name. A woman was put in my path that quickly became my spiritual mentor, and she painted, and she used the canvas as a portal of transformation, kind of like a meditation. I was like, oh shoot, what's that all about? Because I'm an artist and I want to get in on this. If that's what this is all about and that's what can happen. So I did. I joined one of her vision quests, and I'm telling you, girl, I came out a different person. So I've learned through mentoring with her and through really learning to trust my own intuition, which so many people don't even know that they can trust what's on the inside of themselves. If there's anything that anybody gets out of what I say today, I want to tell you that you can trust your gut. It was put there for a reason. Some people, it may be a journey for you to start trusting your inner self, but your inner self, your higher self, will never, ever guide you wrong. So the Trust the Brush is, I teach a series of workshops, offerings, mentoring, where anybody, whether you've had artistic experience or not, whether you know how to draw a stick figure or not, you can go through this process and you will succeed. Will you have a really fancy artwork like I have in the background? Maybe, maybe not. But this is not a cookie cutter painting class. It's not like a paint and sip thing. It's not like a date night where you go and you paint, something on the beach. This is an inner exploration of what's really going on the inside of you. And you learn to let go of the perfectionism. You learn to let go of all of the things that tell you have to be a certain way or you have to be a certain thing. And you really honestly look at yourself on the inside and you find out what's there. And you learn to play, and you learn freedom, and you learn lightness. And girl, we sling paint on the canvas, we drip it. Anything goes in this process.
Let me ask you something. I think I went on your page and I saw that you also paint mandalas.
I do. Yeah.
Tell me what that's all about.
So the mandala is, it comes from the Middle East, actually, and it's a Sanskrit word, and it means the cosmos. It's a circle that portrays you and portrays the whole cosmos, is that we are all interconnected. And how I use mandalas in my painting and layering process is, again, it's a portal of transformation. It's a portal of exploration. But I also teach how to create meditation mandalas. So we go through a meditation, a really simple meditation, and I really stress whatever you hear in a meditation, you go with. Just like I'm a member of another group, and we were talking about spirit animals. Well, that's a little bit off topic, but kind of off topic, but kind of not.
Because you are born with two spirit guides, and I know exactly.
Yeah, right. Okay, so when I first started to learn about spirit animals, the thing about spirit animals is I was like, okay, universe, give me a spirit animal. The universe gave me a deer. Well, I live in Kentucky, and there are deer running everywhere. I said, I don't want no damn deer as a spirit animal. I want to choose my spirit animal, and I want it to be anything but a damn deer. You know, Harry Potter had a deer. I don't want a deer.
Only deer I want to be is to my boyfriend.
I know, right? So it's just like that. When you come through a meditation and you receive things, sometimes you might think, oh, hell no, I didn't want that. But if you really grab onto it, if you just learn to let go and receive it, you may not know the meaning of it right now, but you will. It will always be revealed, and it never ceases to, this whole process never ever ceases to amaze me. It's just something I can't explain.
Now, because I love to stir up some controversy. What do you say to the person that is going to watch this video, the person that that you knew or in your past and your present? Right. They're gonna say she just done flipped the script. She done. I'm using my Kentucky accent, and she done tripped out. She done smoked some of that pot.
Right.
And she's now hanging out with the hippies, and she's painting all these weird colors and talking about mandala, and she's moved away from traditional, right, to the traditional life. See, my thing is that you can have everything you want. You can have a spirituality. You can have a religious discipline. You can have a sacred life. You can have everything you want, because life is abundance, brains. That's what it is. So color in those white spaces for somebody that's saying that, oh Lord, Debbie done tripped out.
You wouldn't believe how many people have sent me messages asking me all those questions that you just said. Did you get a hold of some good pot, girl? Are you serving Jesus? You are a devil worshiper now. I've heard it all.
Me?
Yeah, here's the thing. Religion and spirituality are two different things.
That's right.
I never ever said I didn't believe in God. I never ever said that I had forsaken the belief that was instilled in me at a young age. The only thing that I have said is I can connect outside of a four-walled institution. I can connect anywhere. I can connect anytime. I can connect any time, any way that I want to. And divine connection is not just getting with people and singing from a hymn book and hearing somebody preach the Bible. And that was not divine connection for me. Divine connection for me sometimes is like I did yesterday. I walked through my favorite park, and the feeling inside me, that was the beauty and the gratefulness for my life, the beauty all around me, and appreciating the present moment. I didn't get anything like that in a four-walled institution. When I stop and I meditate and I do a body scan and I really scan how my feelings are going in my body. Okay, I feel anxious right now. I'm able to name that. I feel, what is that? That's jealousy. I'm able to name that, and I'm able to identify it. If I'm able to identify it within my body, then I'm able to effectively deal with it. We explore shadows, the sides of you that religion says is bad. Don't even go there. You're thinking bad about that. Don't even go there. That's sacrilegious. What is sacrilegious about looking at the darker sides of yourself and integrating them and recognizing that that's a whole part of you? And that's what we do. And that's what I say to people when they ask me that. I don't ever respond in anger. I always respond in love, because that's what spirituality is all about. To me, that's what God is all about. That's whatever you call the creator and whoever or whatever you worship, or not even worship, whatever you attribute to your higher power. That's what it's all about. It's not about hate, and it's about love. And I can't help but wonder how differently our world would be if we decided to operate out of love and integrate all parts of ourselves instead of operating out of anger or fear or anxiety or all the other things we choose to operate out of.
I'm gonna tell you, that's why the corona showed up, baby. That's why it showed up, to teach you how to slow the hell down and to come as one and to depend on one another and to embrace what you have, love what you have, understand that you need to share what you have, because it's critical mass. And we're talking global brains. We ain't talking about just the people in Kentucky and California. We are talking about the entire world. And I am just, I'm overwhelmed. When I read my messages on Facebook, I was just in tears today, because every single person that is one of my brains, I am sending them a personal message to let you know that I care about you. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you've been a guest on the show or not. If there's something that I can do or offer a resource, without leaving my house, I'm going to do it for you. Okay? Because it's important now. The God, and I'm going to call him Jesus. That's who I worship. But honestly, it's trying to show you something. He wrote it in a book. He walked the streets and preached it. Okay? Even gave you a little piece of cracker and some wine to represent his body and his blood. And y'all still not paying attention. But you paying attention now to CNN and NBC and all this other trickery. Okay?
Right.
You better try to get right, church. And the church is within the soul. And if you can't express yourself, grab a paintbrush. Okay? Paint your story. Go into meditation. Meditation is just another word for prayer. Go deep within yourself. Really work on it. Because this is critical mass. This is something like we've never seen before. And we're all scared. Okay? It's the blind leading the blind. And you can't hit a target that you can't see. Am I right, Debbie?
You're right. And here's the thing too. It's not hard. We make it so hard, and it is so easy.
So easy.
This thing is so easy. And I want to give one suggestion for people who say that maybe, I don't know where to start. I say this all the time. Get a piece of paper, get a pen or a pencil, close your eyes, put your pen on the paper and count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up your eyes, take your pencil off and look at your paper. That's called a soul scribble. Look at it, and I promise you, this whole process is so amazing to me, and it's so easy, so easy. Look at it and see what appears. If something doesn't appear to you, change the paper, rotate it 1/4, and keep doing that until something appears. And I'm telling you, spirituality is so easy.
It is easy.
Religion is hard. Spirituality is easy, and it's only hard because we make it that way.
Well, honey, you have brought it to the edge today. Yes, you have. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, this was powerful. And yeah, it's tough brains, but that's why I call my show On the Edge. It's not for sloppy seconds. This is for brains, innovators, game changers, thought leaders, the weak, the frayed. This is a source of information. And thank you for being that source today, Debby Stroud. Tell my brains to get in contact with you. And maybe I can encourage you to do a little paint and sip. We all sitting at home. I got some canvases. Maybe we just sit and do a little art show or something. Give folks something to do.
Right. So I'm really glad you said that, because on my Facebook page, I have a Facebook page, trustthebrush.debbystroud.com. And I'm getting ready to do some lives on there where that's exactly what we do. I just go through kind of like a painting meditation. You use whatever you have. You have markers. I'm going to show you how to use those like Crayola water-based markers and make them watercolor. Because here's the thing. Yeah, I'm an art teacher. I think outside of the box, and I'm always able and willing to help my people make something out of nothing. you can always do that. Always. You don't have to go buy fancy watercolors or fancy paints. You can use exactly what you have. So different ways you can get in touch with me. My Facebook, debbystroud.com. I have an Instagram, Debby Stroud 65. And I also have a website that everything is on there. I have a YouTube channel. You know, you can find me everywhere. So.
Well, I'm glad I found you here with me.
Me too, girl.
That makes me so happy, so happy. And thank you again for being here on the edge and just, you know, just having a real conversation, because, you know, you're vulnerable and, you know, Brains, if you don't like what we said, click off. All right.
Exactly.
But what I really want you to do is I want you to click into your heart, into your soul, into your brain and get it right. Thank you so much again, Debbie, for being here on the edge. Brains, I want you to go back and check out other edgy conversations. All of them ain't this heavy. We got some jazz artists. I'm about to release a brand new podcast called The Devil in the Devil, I can't even say it. The Devil is in the Details. We've got some artists. We've got music. We've got fun. We've got children on here that are talking about some great things, because we're going to be at home, so we might as well be comfortable and we might as well learn. Thank you again, Debbie. Come back and visit me again.
You're welcome.
Send me the link, because I got my paints and I'm going to go get them, and I'm going to get a part of the program.
Yay.
Maybe you'll teach us a little bit about mandalas too.
Most definitely. I can definitely do that.
All right. All right. I love you, girl.
Thank you. Love you. Mwah.
Bye, Brains.